Everything begins with something minor. You notice yourself getting slightly more exhausted when ascending the stairs, or perhaps your knees require an extra moment to lift you from the sofa. You might have convinced yourself that this is simply the natural process of aging. However, here is a reality that many physicians do not openly discuss. When your legs begin to feel weak, it is not merely age taking its toll. This represents a warning signal that your body lacks something crucial. Beyond the age of 60, we gradually lose 1 to 3% of our muscle mass annually, silently and without warning. There is no discomfort, no inflammation, until suddenly we discover ourselves gripping walls simply to maintain our stability. The frightening aspect is how this condition develops while we continue eating regularly and maintaining our daily routines. What if I revealed that there exists a method to reverse this condition within mere days? No expensive gym memberships are required. No painful therapeutic sessions are necessary. Only 3 scientifically supported vitamins that real seniors have successfully used. These could restore your balance, rejuvenate your energy, and most importantly, return your independence to you. Throughout this video, I will demonstrate precisely what these 3 vitamins are, the proper method for using them, and which symptoms to monitor in your body to recognize when action becomes necessary. We are not discussing theoretical concepts here. Clinical research, authentic data, and straightforward daily practices that create tremendous differences. Should you remain with me until the conclusion, I will also share a daily vitamin scheduling plan that has assisted thousands of older adults in feeling confident on their feet once again. Before we begin, I would appreciate knowing where you are viewing this from today. Please share it in the comments section. If you find these health recommendations valuable, ensure you subscribe to Balance Health so you never miss another step towards stronger, healthier living. Let us commence with the first and most neglected vitamin. This one literally reactivates the power in your muscles and bones. A dear friend of mine, Mr. Walter, 72 years old, approached me recently and expressed something that remained with me. He said he felt as though his legs were betraying him. He was eating adequately and walking a little each day, yet he still felt his steps becoming increasingly burdensome. I posed one simple question to him: had he examined his vitamin D3 levels? He laughed and responded that he believed D3 was solely for bones. This is where most seniors receive incorrect information. Vitamin D3 serves as much more than bone support. It functions as a master control. It does not merely support calcium absorption, but reactivates your complete muscle and nerve system, particularly in the legs. Scientific evidence reveals that after age 60, your skin becomes thinner, your liver and kidneys slow their function, and you spend reduced time in sunlight. When D3 levels are insufficient, your body subtly weakens. You may experience fatigue when standing or climbing stairs. You might begin losing your balance in situations that previously felt effortless. Your steps feel heavier, not because your muscles lack strength, but because they are not receiving the signals they require. Even worse, you may assume this is simply aging, when in reality, it represents a correctable deficiency. According to research from the University of Birmingham, participants over 65 who consumed 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily for only 5 days demonstrated an average 19% improvement in leg strength within weeks. Additional research by Harvard's Geriatric Research Center discovered that seniors with low D3 levels were 40% more likely to fall or require hospitalization to leg weakness compared to those maintaining healthy levels. What does vitamin D3 actually accomplish for your legs? It enhances calcium absorption, certainly, but that represents only the first step. It ensures muscle fibers contract properly, which is essential for smooth, steady movement. It reduces inflammation in aging muscle tissue and maintains nerve signals between your brain and legs firing at maximum speed. Once Mr. Walter began supplementing correctly, he observed something remarkable. He no longer needed to grip the railing as frequently when ascending stairs. It felt as though he had regained his legs. Regarding safe and effective dosage, most healthy adults over 60 are recommended to consume 800 to 1000 U per day. If you have experienced a recent fall, feel noticeably weaker, or suffer from osteoporosis or joint pain, doctors frequently suggest 1500 to 2000 EU daily. However, here is an important warning. Do not exceed 4000 IU per day unless under direct medical supervision. D3 is fat-soluble, meaning excess accumulates in your body over time. Overdosing can result in nausea, constipation, kidney stones, and even abnormal heart rhythms in sensitive individuals. This is why consistency, not excess, proves essential. How should you consume it? Always take your D3 in the morning or early afternoon with a meal containing healthy fats. Foods such as eggs, Greek yogurt, avocado, or salmon help your body absorb D3 much more effectively. Do not take it before bedtime. D3 can slightly interfere with melatonin and disrupt sleep patterns. Can you obtain sufficient amounts from food alone? Not realistically. A serving of fatty fish like salmon may provide approximately 500 U. One egg contains only 40 IU, and a glass of fortified milk contains around 100 U. You would need to consume unrealistic quantities of these foods daily to meet even minimum dosage requirements, especially for seniors with limited appetite or dietary restrictions. This is why supplementation often becomes not just helpful, but essential. The bottom line remains this: if your legs feel heavy, if balance has become uncertain, or if stairs now seem intimidating, your body might not be aging. It might simply be missing its spark plug. Vitamin D3 can serve as that spark. Now, let us proceed to the second essential vitamin, one that reconnects your brain and muscles and restores confidence in every step you take. After increasing his D3 levels, Mr. Walter informed me that while he felt stronger, sometimes his feet still felt disconnected, as though he had to look down to ensure they were there. That is when I recognized we needed to discuss vitamin B12. Most people believe B12 serves only for energy or memory. While this is accurate, it merely scratches the surface. For seniors over 60, B12 represents your nervous system's lifeline, especially the connection linking your brain to your legs. Without adequate B12, nerve signals become delayed or garbled. This explains why your legs might feel numb, heavy, or unresponsive to your commands. You may experience strange buzzing in your feet, or feel as though you are walking through sand. Even though nothing is wrong with your shoes, your nerves are wrapped in something called myelin, a protective covering that helps messages travel quickly and clearly. B12 is essential for maintaining and rebuilding that covering. When levels drop, it resembles stripping insulation from electrical wire. Sparks become lost or never arrive. B12 deficiency proves extremely common in people over 60. Two primary reasons explain this. First, your stomach produces less acid as you age, making it harder to extract B12 from food. Second, if you are taking common medications like metformin for diabetes or acid blockers like omeprazole or ranitidine, they interfere with B12 absorption. Even if your diet remains normal, it might not suffice. Research from Oxford University found that seniors with low B12 levels walked slower, had worse balance, and were twice as likely to fall compared to those with healthy levels. Another clinical trial published in the Journal of Gerontology gave older adults 1,000 mcg of methylcobalamin, the most active form of B12, daily for 8 weeks. The results included faster reaction times, less numbness in feet, stronger lower body response, and better confidence when standing or turning. One woman in that trial remarked that it felt like her legs started answering the phone again. How do you determine if you might be deficient? Watch for these indicators: tingling or burning in your feet, difficulty balancing especially when turning or stopping, feeling like your legs are asleep when they are not, mood declines, forgetfulness, or what people call senior moments. Even mild symptoms can signal that your nerves are struggling to communicate. Regarding dosage, doctors typically recommend 500 to 1,000 micrograms per day of methylcobalamin. This represents the form your body can use immediately without needing conversion first. This proves important because your conversion ability decreases with age. You can find B12 as sublingual tablets that melt under your tongue, chewables, or oral sprays. When should you take it? B12 can slightly boost alertness, so consume it in the morning or around lunchtime, but not too late in the day. Avoid coffee or tea with it, as they can interfere with absorption. Can food alone provide sufficient amounts? 100 grams of beef liver contains 70 mcg, 3 ounces of salmon provides 4.5 mcg, 1 egg contains 0.6 mcg, and 1 cup of milk contains 1.3 mcg. To meet even 500 mcg per day, you would need to eat over 100 eggs or enormous quantities of liver daily. This is not practical, making supplements the safest and simplest route. Is B12 safe? Yes, it is water-soluble, meaning any excess is eliminated through your urine. There is no known overdose risk for healthy people. However, if you are taking blood thinners or have kidney issues, consult your doctor first. 2 weeks after starting his B12 supplement, Walter reported that he walked across his living room and realized he did not wobble once and did not even think about it. This represents the magic of B12. It does not just strengthen, it reconnects. It restores reflexes, steadiness, and sense of trust in your own legs. Now that we have reconnected the wiring, let us discuss your muscles' fuel, the missing link that powers every step you take. The last time Walter and I met, he smiled and said he no longer felt like he was walking through wet cement. That is when I knew his nerves were reconnected and his strength was returning. However, one final piece remained missing: energy. Because what good are strong muscles and sharp nerves if your body lacks the fuel to move them? Enter vitamin B1, also called thiamine. This humble little vitamin does not receive as much attention as D3 or B12, but it might be the real champion when it comes to restoring energy, reducing leg fatigue, and getting you moving again. Think of your body like an automobile. D3 turns the ignition, B12 reconnects the electrical wiring, but B1 serves as the gasoline. This matters tremendously, especially after 60. Your legs are the largest muscles in your body. Every time you rise from a chair, climb stairs, or even walk across the kitchen, your muscles need energy in the form of ATP. B1 is the key ingredient your cells use to convert food into ATP. Without sufficient B1, your muscles may be perfectly healthy, but they cannot activate properly. It resembles trying to drive with no gasoline in the tank. B1 deficiency is surprisingly common in older adults for several reasons. Your body absorbs less thiamine as you age. Common medications like diuretics and metformin flush B1 from your body. Even mild alcohol intake can interfere with B1 absorption, and diets low in whole grains or legumes often do not provide enough. You may not notice initially, but over time, B1 deficiency can cause symptoms that gradually appear: legs that feel tired even after short walks, heavy dragging sensation when moving, calf or foot cramps, dizziness after standing up, low motivation to move or engage, shortness of breath when climbing stairs, and mental fatigue or fogginess. One client, Mary, age 69, described it perfectly. It is not pain exactly, just this weird weight in my legs, like I am always walking uphill. She had been eating adequately and even exercising somewhat, but the heaviness persisted until we addressed her thiamine levels. A study from Tokyo University found that over 30% of seniors had low B1 levels, and those same individuals had weaker legs, shorter walking distances, and more muscle fatigue. After supplementing with thiamine, participants showed marked improvements in stair climbing, walking confidence, and energy, often within a single week. Another study in the Journal of Neurological Sciences gave 100 milligrams of thiamine daily to seniors with chronic leg fatigue. 82% reported more endurance within 7 days. 68% said leg heaviness and pain significantly decreased, and there were no reported side effects. B1 fuels something called the Krebs cycle, your body's main energy factory. Without it, muscles do not receive the fuel they need to work, recover, or grow. Because your leg muscles are so large, they are often the first to show signs of running on empty. B1 also helps transmit nerve signals, especially in the peripheral nerves that control your legs and feet. We are not just discussing energy, but restoring the flow between mind, muscles, and movement. For seniors experiencing fatigue or nerve symptoms, doctors often recommend 50 to 100 milligrams per day. This far exceeds the standard recommended daily allowance of just 1.1 to 1.2 milligrams and has been shown to be both safe and effective in older adults. Take thiamine in the morning with your first meal. Pair it with healthy fats or proteins for better absorption. Avoid alcohol, black tea, or coffee close to your dose, as they interfere with uptake. Thiamine is water-soluble, which means your body flushes out any extra through your urine. Even at high doses, it is considered one of the safest vitamins for seniors. Always check with your doctor first if you have kidney or liver issues, or are taking multiple medications. Good food sources include whole grains like brown rice or oats, legumes like lentils and black beans, sunflower seeds, and organ meats like liver or pork. However, most seniors are not eating bowls of lentils and liver daily. If you are on medications or eating less overall, supplementation becomes the smart option. Within 5 days of adding B1 to her routine, Mary said she woke up, stood up, and realized she wanted to walk. This is the beauty of thiamine. It does not just reduce fatigue, but brings back your desire to move. It recharges your motivation, lightens your steps, and helps you trust your body again. Now you know the complete trio: vitamin D3, B12, and B1. One activates your muscles, one connects your nerves, and one fuels your energy. Like any team, the timing and balance between them matter just as much as the individual parts. Start with fuel right after breakfast, especially one with healthy fats like eggs or yogurt. Take your vitamin D3 when your body absorbs it best and when you need its strength-activating effects most. Simultaneously, take your vitamin B1, thiamine, to give your muscles the energy they need to move freely throughout the day. With your lunch, take vitamin B12, ideally in methylcobalamin form that dissolves under the tongue or comes in chewable or spray form. Avoid drinking tea or coffee around this time as they can reduce absorption. You will feel more alert, more connected, and more steady on your feet for the afternoon ahead. If you are already taking a multivitamin, check the label carefully. Many generic formulas for seniors underdose these 3 critical nutrients. Worse, they often mix fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins together without absorption guidance. You might still benefit more from taking D3, B12, and B1 separately at the right times. If possible, perform a simple blood test every 6 to 12 months. This ensures you are not over or under supplementing, especially with fat-soluble D3. It provides peace of mind and a baseline to measure your improvement. Remember, more is not always better. Stick to recommended dosages. You do not need mega doses, but consistency and proper timing. If your legs have been feeling heavy, if you have been hesitating at the bottom of stairs, if your balance does not feel like it used to, do not accept it as simply getting old. Sometimes the solution is not surgery or struggle, but simple nutrition taken seriously. These 3 vitamins, when used correctly, can help you regain trust in your body. They can bring back the joy of movement, the confidence of a steady stride, and the independence that makes life worth living. You deserve that every single day. If you found this video helpful, leave me a comment. I would love to hear if you have tried any of these or noticed changes in your energy or balance. Do not forget to like and subscribe to Balance Health for more tips to help you stay strong, steady, and thriving after 60. Keep moving forward, one strong, confident step at a time. I am rooting for you.